Kids, welcome to a great new episode of the Tip Irishman. We are here with a guest. We'll get to him in a minute. But we are at the second studio location, or third.
On location?
Yeah, we're on location. That's right. We're over here at Jake's studio today, if that's what we can call it. Also, we have our great friend who's part of our other group. We are Happy Juice group.
Yep.
We haven't started drinking yet. That's bad. Jose has been wanting to come on the show, so we finally got him here, and hopefully we have enough tape because he likes to talk. But we'll be all right. I'm just joking. I'm just playing.
No, this is Jose's important to shoot.
Absolutely.
I didn't realize. He told us before we even started. He helped do this pick, and so we'll get into it here in a little bit. But I didn't even realize that when we asked him to come. So
today's sponsor, as always, is at the moment, anyways, is our grinds. If you want to stop smoking, need some caffeine in your life, wanna just look cool like you're dipping, but you're not. Just check it out. Go to getgrinds.com. Put in the tips the Irishman sent you. Hopefully, it'll help me, and it'll definitely help you. And with that being said, we're gonna let Mr. Jake here take over, even though he's the star tonight. We're gonna let Jake run the show.
This is the continuing series of Does It Store Pick, right? Like we did the Buffalo Trace, we did the Eagle Rare, we did those blind.
What do they call it? Is it snap or busted? What is it?
Yeah, right. Is it bussin'?
Yeah, bussin'. Is that bussin'?
So our local charity group, Happy Juice Whiskey Club, one of the releases we did here in the last few weeks, months now.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, was this Blanton spec? It's unopened for me because it's the last letter I need to complete my set. So I've been drinking my way through it. I haven't cracked it yet, but I thought tonight, good opportunity for us to do another store pick against regular comparison. Come to find out, Jose sat on the pick committee that picked this barrel, which is cool, right? Because a lot goes into that decision. We've talked about it a little bit on the show where we do the picks for M&D down the road and what we consider interesting in a pick. And I'm usually the odd man out because when the picks come through, I want something weird. I want something way on one end of the spectrum where most people are picking and they want something that's there but just slightly different from the
one. Make everyone happy.
I don't want to turn people off, or I want something wild. I want it to be just spicy or chocolate or something weird. But Blantons are all single barrels, so when you see a store pick, it just means that a couple of samples were sent to the store. They got to go through them.
Well, this bottle we actually went to Kentucky.
Oh, no way. You did this one on site?
Yeah, we did this one on site, along with a couple of other guys, Deli from Happy Juice. We had Johnny there as well. We had Andy. We also had Ross Woody, who's also a part of the group. So we went and had the opportunity to pick this barrel.
Did they
from a few different barrels? They rolled them out.
Did they thief it straight from the barrel for you, or did they have?
No, they already had it kind of beakered out a little bit.
Okay.
And then they poured it out for us. But we did thieve some other barrels.
Oh, really? Like on the tour?
Yeah.
If you like
that, we did.
Come on over here.
Yeah, right.
But it was a great experience.
Everybody hold the rope,
with
though.
Blantons, you can't go wrong. Did they did a couple of other picks like the Weller Full Proof 1792 single barrel. So
we need
to do a
1792 show.
1792 stuff is great.
You got
a bunch of them. Yeah.
You got enough to do a whole.
You know what I really don't? There's two that I don't have. I don't have the high rye, and I got rid of my 12 year. And those are the two that are in the mix that are super hard to get, and they're way out there on the spectrum. But I'm a big fan of the 1792 stuff as well. So far right is going to be our store pick. Far left is just going to be our shelfer, and then we're going to end it with gold. I thought it'd be kind of interesting to talk through gold since it's a new release to the U.S. market. Right, this is very new here in the last. You're saying what, a year-ish?
Probably about.
How new is it?
Yeah, probably about a year-ish.
Where the golds were coming in here to the States. It was export only for a very, very long time. Slightly older, slightly higher proof, highly sought after. This is actually a 700 milliliter.
And where did you get it?
I got it in Sweden, believe it or not. When I was in Sweden,
I wanted to seem cool. I got it in Sweden.
I got it.
I didn't get it down the street.
So I literally, the local liquor store in Sweden is kind of like ABC here for us. It's a chain, and they're everywhere. They have an app, and I got on the app. I was just scrolling through, and I saw it. It said quantity 10.
You're like,
I mapped it. I walked down, and I think I paid $80 out the door for it with the conversion. Like it was nothing. So I grabbed two of them, threw them in my luggage, and got them home. But most folks haven't had a chance to try the gold, and there's a lot of people that probably fall in the category like me where Blanton's has so much hype, and that's all you hear about when you get into whiskey is this sought after bottle, the grenade bottle, and the horses, and it's so good, and you have your first sip, and you're just like, I like it, but it's not. People build it up to be this just magic.
It's good. It's all right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just it's not my thing. for sure. I like it, but it's just if I'm going to spend that kind of money, that's because now these are what $64.99 ish.
75.
I think 64
65.
before tax.
Oh,
Yeah, so you're
So
you're
you're-
creeping up around that $70 range.
69 probably out the door.
There's a lot of stuff in that $70 range.
But it's
A lot of
different.
good
It's
stuff.
a little beyond entry level, I guess.
Oh,
You
for
could
sure.
say, right?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like you've graduated from a couple of different things. When you've done, let's say, Buffalo Trace, and then you've moved on, you want to taste, Blanton's.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
I
of
agree.
People are looking for
All right,
that.
I got a dumb question.
Yeah.
Is each version have different horses?
What do you mean?
You know the horses you gotta get.
No, they don't. So there's actually, I think there's 3.
Different
There's
types of
pewter
horses?
gold, and I think there's like silverish colored ones on, because there is a Blanton
There is a silver. Right.
which is like insanely
So in theory,
rare.
you gotta collect 3 of them.
Yeah, good luck.
If you want to.
If you want to.
I'm just one of those weird people who like to collect all that stuff.
The
Not
whole
that you're weird. I'm
the
just
toppers are super cool. Everybody knows the story behind the toppers. When you line them up, it's a
You
horse
tell
going through a
this is
race,
different.
and it spells
He's-
Blantons. There's
So
letters
he's
down
different
here.
in the racing. He's just trotting.
Yeah. So what it is, I think there's 8 of them,
Yep.
right?
It
So
goes up
They
Blantons.
start out and then
they start off. It's a whole running.
See, I've never seen them all together.
So that's why I've got 'em- I've got 'em
You'll
lined up
see
there at the
it's-
top of my
it's kind
bar.
of that horse in motion.
Let's see how many times I can drop my mug today.
So I've got 6 of them open. I've got 6
Yeah,
up at the
that's
top of the bar. Once you get all 8, you can send them in to Buffalo Trace, and they will mount them in a stave for you and send them back, which is kind of cool.
Or you could cheat and just way to do it another way too.
What do you mean?
Purchase the top.
You just purchase the toppers.
Well,
Or have
so
your
they-
friends give them to you.
On the disclaimer,
Right.
it says your tops need to be used. So if you look at the toppers that you get from the gift store,
They're
they're
different?
pure white. You see how this has leaching?
Ah.
So if you try to send in a pure white one, they will kick it back. Because they don't want you
I
buying.
never even thought about that.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause you
That's
can't get them in the gift store,
I
but
know a guy came out for it.
but there's
But I mean, you have
I don't
enough.
know.
You have enough friends that
Oh,
are
yeah.
drinking Blantons all the time. That
Yeah, that
they're
extra-
like, hey
extra.
guys, I need 8 toppers.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let's round up 8. If you really truly, I think
That's
part
true.
of the fun is definitely drinking the bottles, right?
Yeah, hunt it
What's the
down.
story behind them? Hunting them down, being able to then say, okay, you accomplished something.
Yeah, funny part is
in that world.
he was looking for the double dots,
double
and
dot.
then all of a sudden it went from unexisting everywhere. You could find it everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
I got 3 of them.
found
by a week.
I got 2 in one shipment. I'm like,
Insane.
what? What are the
So
odds?
for my birthday's coming up in January, I told Andrew what I want. You can go to Etsy, and instead of getting a stave for all your toppers, you can get this
The
round, and
yeah.
it spins, and so all the horses mount, and the bottle sits in the
Oh,
middle.
kind of so they're running and stuff.
and it just rotates.
Yeah,
It's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Listen, I keep Blantons around on hand almost all the time because when people come over, definitely when they're new into whiskey, it's a recognizable bottle. They want to try it. It's something that's very interesting, the story and everything.
And newbies would go, oh shit, you got Blanton?
Right, and I'm happy to let you drink it
Oh,
because
you
then
got
they're-
Blantons?
People.
yeah, because now they're not grabbing after my Jack Daniel's 12 or something like that
That's
that I
true.
really, really
That's true.
enjoy. I'm happy to let people drink Blantons here all they want, but
It's like I have the stupid Willet pot still for the newbies.
People enjoy that.
They walk and they go,
Yeah.
ooh, you got, yeah, you want to sell both of them to you.
listen, I don't want to skew.
You see how different they
I-
both are?
I'm blown away.
That's all I gotta
Because
say.
we've done this
Yeah.
with so many other
Yeah.
we've done this with
Yeah.
other things in the Buffalo Trace line, and it wasn't abundantly
Smells
clear.
completely different. Not bad.
But they do smell completely different. So talk us through the barrel select process. Like, do you have to email it on a list, or we'll finish up with
So one other barrel that we picked that trip was a Buffalo Trace pick. So we also picked a Buffalo Trace.
Mhm.
So there were 4 barrels that we ended up picking that day. I believe the Blanton's was the 4th barrel of the day that we had
Ooh.
picked. So we had already gone through
that. A lot.
Buffalo Trace. We went through
You're like-
Weller Full Proof and then 1792 single barrel.
Ooh.
And then we went to lunch, enjoyed that
Oh, yeah.
kind of moment,
Mm.
and then got back to the distillery and ended up picking this Blanton's here. And the one thing
That's a lot.
that I will tell you, I mean, you definitely got to pace yourself. There definitely, I would say, the Weller Full Proof, we really were drinking probably a little bit too much on that.
Oh yeah.
But we had quite a number of people. So it's not just, a lot of the times you get into these picks, and if you're there with 4 or 5 people, you know, the first thing that you're trying to do is, which one don't you like?
Yeah,
What's
eliminate the one.
Eliminate
Yeah.
the one so you can get down to 2 and then really think about it.
But
And
when you say what you don't like, what is it you were looking for out of the store pick?
so I'm kind of like you, Jake, when it comes to something different.
Yeah.
Right, something that's not going to be available on the shelf, something that
The wow
is,
factor.
it's got a wow
The wow
factor to
factor.
it. Being that this is, you know, not only a Happy Juice Whiskey Club pick, but it's also a Johnny's pick, and Johnny's one of our partners, great, restaurant, bar that has a fantastic selection.
Fantastic selection at reasonable prices.
At reasonable
Like,
prices,
it's
yeah,
just-
I think
it's
that's
so sick.
that's the
awesome
key.
tasting.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm one of the poor ones in the group, and I can get down. And
So-
not be poor at the end of the day.
But you also start to think about, okay, is this going to reach everyone, right? Not just the individual that's going to drink it neat. Are they going to be able to put an ice cube in it if they want to mix it?
Oh,
Is that
no
gonna
jokes,
be
no
okay?
jokes.
Yeah.
But usually, I mean, you can't go wrong with a lot of these, lower proof bottles, right?
Yeah.
For people.
Well, and certain bottles are going to sell regardless. You roll into a restaurant and they've got Blantons for $6 a pour, or they've got a Johnny's Pick Blantons for $10 a pour. The people are going to take that store pick version. They're going to take that Johnny's version. It's still affordable. It's something different. It's now they can talk through. Hey, I've had a store pick of Blantons, but again, keep in mind these are all single barrels.
Yeah.
And so they're going to vary wildly across the spectrum. But just on the nose, this is the only Blantons I've ever smelled that I got that Buffalo Trace grape out of.
Got it.
That's what I love about the E.H. Taylor is I get that
Right.
grapey note a
Yeah,
lot,
I can see that.
and I don't really get it out of the Blantons very often. That's outrageous. Like the smell on that is really, really. It's this smells similar, but this is way more
Yeah.
robust.
It's intense.
It's
Yeah, it's like
intense.
it's that's what it is. Kind of like it's a little bit more concentrated scent right
Yeah.
to your nose.
Well, and interestingly enough, I think this one's probably been open for 3 or 4 months, and we just cracked the wax on this one tonight, so it doesn't even have air on it yet to really open up those.
Then it's definitely gonna be interesting later.
So let's see. I'm curious to see if it transitions to the palate, because there have been so many these smells. Man, it smells fantastic. And you drink it, you're like, oh man, I don't get the same notes on
Right.
the palate that I
Right.
get on my nose. So, cheers. Starting the happy years. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Salute, my friends. Well, that's good all day. I like that.
That's got a great finish for a blend.
Wow.
Full disclosure, I've had some of this at another friend's house. He opened his Johnny's Pick about 3 or 4 months ago. And the one thing I noticed about it instantly was that the finish on it was significantly better than regular brands. For 93 proof, that it hangs, it's good, you're getting it all over the palate.
Just enough.
Yeah, for sure. But it's got
Rubbing
the
your-
finish on this to me is almost kind of a peppery, where I don't get that out of
It
regular
does have
brands.
that peppery. I think that was one of the things with this pick is like it did hang around a little bit.
No, I like it.
It also had those peppery notes to let you know that hey, you are drinking a good bourbon.
Right.
And I think that was one of the key things when we tasted it.
So remind me, is this mash bill 2 or 1, or do you not remember?
I don't know. That's not a question that I really ask.
Yeah. Because I know one of them tends to be more high ride.
Bring it here for information. You just.
I know.
I should have looked it up before we started shooting. But
Is it 2 or is it?
I'd have to double check, but
We're gonna have
one of
to
them is meant to be more high ride. Like, so the we did mash bill 1 and we did mash bill 2 for Buffalo Trace. I think the only difference is one is like supposed to be 15% rye, one's supposed to be 25-ish. They don't release it, nobody knows for sure, but that's the consensus, is one slightly higher rye, which would lend to that longer finish, better peppery note in my mind, because that's what I get out of rye.
Well, I mean, and it's still hanging around your mouth
Yeah.
too. Like you can still
Not in a
taste those
bad
little
way.
notes. Yeah, no, in a good way.
It's got that viscosity, as you say,
The viscosity.
and it's coated the tongue. I like that.
So interesting, the palate to me is exactly the same in that
No, you just went on the next.
it tastes very similar, but this is more condensed.
Gotcha.
I'm getting very similar notes out of it, but it's not as dense, I guess is the word. It feels a little
I
more
think that's a
thick.
good, dense,
Yeah, it's
richer, denser.
regular Blantons to me always comes off a little thin, and that's the one thing I'm
Yeah,
not a huge
That's
fan
what I
of.
was about to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not so much that the flavor is bad or the packaging is bad or the price is even bad. It's just
No, the price a little bit.
what I'm getting out of the. Wow, when you think about it, this is a probably 6 year.
I don't think this price is bad, but
I believe these are aged at least 6 years, and they're
That's
single
true.
barrel.
That's
And it's a
true.
Buffalo Trace product, and it's well known, and you're still paying $65-$70 for it when you can find it at retail. That's really not bad for the market space.
that's true.
That's in line with a lot of other single barrels. I mean, New Riff single barrel came out in that same price range. The Wilderness Trail single barrels are coming out in the same price range. So it's not outrageous, but this is the quintessential Blantons to me. The shelfer,
That's good though.
approachable, nothing juts out, but kind of thin. Like, it's just not.
Yeah.
It's not overwhelming. Like, it
Yeah,
doesn't-
see, exactly that.
Yeah.
Kind of is thin, goes down easily.
Super easy.
You know,
That
super
is-
easy.
That made
And then
that made my
not
favorite.
lingering.
What's that? The store pick
Yeah,
version?
That's
What I love,
Thank you.
letting the liquid get way low in the
That's
glass,
the group. That's the group.
and you jam your nose in it.
take the credit.
This one smells fantastic. Like blind, I would have told you this is E.H. Taylor. This smells like
You
E.H.
know,
Taylor to me.
potentially, it does have kind of like a
It's a-
small batch.
I
similar
still
to
rather
those.
H Taylor.
Mm.
If I had to choose.
So funny enough, this is the first time we've done this store pick challenge, and I have so many store picks laying around here. We can do this for almost every brand in existence. But this is the first one we've gone through where one of the store picks was drastically different than the shelf available version, which is cool.
Okay.
That's what I want.
That's-
Especially because most times when you're buying a store pick, you're paying a premium price,
Right.
right? You're
Couple dollars at least.
yeah, it's going to
10,
be 15, 20 bucks more than a regular shelfer, and so I want that experience. I want what I pay for. And
I want
can't
to
get it.
go. Okay. As like just for me anyways,
Mhm.
with the Knob Creek that we got from our group.
Yeah, that Knob Creek pick is good.
We had to prepay it. We got it already in. Then we got to taste it. We've already actually got to hand it, and I was not upset with that price.
I know you blew through half the bottle already.
Maybe.
I made it last. Let me tell you, I made it last, and I made some samples. But I made it last.
That's the way to do it.
I made it last. Yeah, I was like, ooh. That's
What's funny is I like a lot of the Jim
Actually,
Beam products,
Yeah.
but Knob Creek is not my favorite. I love Booker's. I like the Nash Tucky picks that come from Jim Beam are awesome. That super peanut shell nutty flavor to me is really, really cool. I got into Knob Creek Select early in my whiskey journey, and it was hot. And I think mentally just kind of turned me off from it. I need to go back and revisit the
It's
Knob
like
Creek
me
line.
on what was it? Whistle Pig.
Yeah.
Well, it's not into that
Whistle
area,
Pig is
but that was
definitely
really
a
early
different
in the
one.
whiskey.
Yeah. If you're starting
In the
off,
show,
like,
it was really early.
if you're going from bourbons to ryes and then you jump from bourbons to Whistle Pig rye, I think it's a little bit different.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
It
For
definitely.
I like
is
hot
gonna
ryes
knock
now,
it.
so I did give it a shot back, and I don't hate it anymore. I did it at the club.
Little Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye.
Ooh, yeah,
That's a
that one's
good
good
one.
too. Yeah.
That's a good proofed.
So I wanted to bring up the gold because there are a lot of people out there like me that are not blown away by Blantons. They see regular shelfer Blantons and had it, and it doesn't do anything for them. I snagged the gold just because I knew it was cool. I knew it wasn't available in the States. I wanted one, and when I came home and cracked it, it completely changed my opinion on the Blantons line.
He just wanted to be.
And since my neighbor's gone to Japan and he came home with Takara Red,
Oh,
that
wow.
red is
Okay.
outrageously good. Like it's aged longer apparently. It's like 2 extra years.
Did your friend leave that Takara Red here? Or
No, he brought me home the Wild Turkey 13 year, the father and son, because that's what I asked for. It's like,
Nice.
dude, if you see any turkey products, I want whatever that is. Shocker, I'm a turkey whore, but like,
You got Gamecock up there? That's the same proof as this.
what is?
The Gamecock.
Oh, is it really?
Funny Cock.
Yeah, so this one's coming in at,
The Fighting Cock, the 103 is-
I think these are 103 proof, right? So this is 10 proof points higher than your shelf available blanket. So the gold's coming in a little higher, and it's meant to be aged a little bit longer. And so for me, that little bit of proof changes the complexity of this whiskey significantly. There's so many times we talk about this where we try something like, man, this is great. 5 more proof points and it would be exceptional. That's what this does for me.
Either way.
But like, what's your
Sometimes either way,
proof
though.
point range like that
I'm,
you really enjoy? I know mine.
I'm like 100 to 115.
I'm like
Yeah.
107 with the Saffel being at
Yeah,
that
yeah,
107.
Yeah, I like
to that
105 to
115 right there.
117.
Yeah.
I've got plenty that are above the 115,
Yeah.
but that's I'm in the mood for it. I'm
Right.
gonna sip it. But I agree. I think a lot of the makers come in at that 107 range, and they're just really, really good. And the Baker's 13 came in that 107 range, and it's fantastic. I think that's a really good spot. And this,
I like
yeah.
to be over 100 if I can. At least.
Yeah.
At least. Store drinking, you know.
you don't smell it on
Get the
this.
job done faster.
I don't smell
What,
the
the
higher
gold?
proof. Yeah, I don't smell the higher
No,
proof.
I don't smell it.
It smells great. It smells like,
What is this?
what do you mean?
Proof.
93.
They're all 93.
What this one?
No, they're all 93.
Yeah.
All Blantons come out at 93 proof.
No, I thought it was one. Well, that was one. Okay.
Yeah, they all come out 93.
Never mind. I'll just run the camera, guys.
Yeah.
See, that gold to me, that little bit of extra proof, I'm still getting that Blanton's flavor profile, still getting the peppery finish, but that little kick in proof takes it to just a level of complete enjoyment for me. That's great. That I would drink regularly, that I would pay the money for in the store. Again, these are the only 2 bottles of Blanton's I have in the house because they're the horses that I need. Right? That's why I got them around. This though, if this was around more, which it has been, it's been dropping locally. know your Walgreens.
I like this
Yeah.
better than the Reed.
Oh, it's
You
hard.
like this one better than this one?
Yeah, but I like
Yeah.
this one better than that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
This one's totally different in comparison to this one. This
They're
one,
different?
like, you can still smell a lot of what this single barrel would
I like the
be.
color of this one though.
But I almost find like this one is a more refined scent to it. Like, interestingly
So I
enough,
bring it like this?
you may have to pinky up on this one. but that one is like it's letting you know that you are drinking a good bourbon. This one is kind of like, all right, you're drinking a little bit something that's more special.
Man, the finish is, I mean, when you breathe back out through the nose.
Yeah,
taste
you're
what you-
fine.
Oh my god.
Do you taste Switzerland? You taste some Alps? No, I'm just kidding.
You can.
Sorry, I couldn't.
Is that where Ricola comes from?
Yeah.
Switzerland?
Yeah.
No.
So I would highly suggest, if you've gone down the Blanton's line and you weren't a fan, if you can get your hands on a gold or get somewhere to try the gold, it might change your opinion. I've had straight from the barrel as well, and the one that I had, again, it was very early in my whiskey career, it was like 128 proof, and it was
29.
so hot.
I think this would change your opinion.
And they're so hot. And
Yeah.
if I got a chance at a straight from the barrel, I would probably take it and open it and drink it.
Yes.
I'd like to revisit it, but that initial pour for me was like, woof, like it took me back a step. Because when you're used to this 93 easy sipper Blantons, and then all of a sudden this thing comes in at 129, 130, you're just like, oh
Yeah.
god.
It'll knock you back.
But again, those are starting to drop in the US now as well. So, keep your eyes peeled because they're hitting, I mean, literally dudes are getting them from Winn-Dixie this week. I saw straight from the barrel, and Winn-Dixie's a local grocery store here for us, and dudes were getting straight from the barrel from a grocery store, liquor store, because they're just randomly dropping.
And what are those running now?
I mean, I've never seen one in the wild. I have no idea.
150, 160.
The only one I've ever seen, M&D had one in their raffle. So M&D does a monthly raffle. You spend $30 in the store, you get a raffle ticket. If they draw your ticket, you get to buy whatever's up there at retail. This month, it's
Happy 12.
Lappy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's probably
it's
one of
Van
my
Winkle
favorites.
line.
Southern
Bro,
Cross.
I would take 12 year
Yeah.
out of that line. If you put the whole line in front of me, I would take the 12 year. I think it's
That was one of the
so
first
good.
bottles that I ever bought that was actually open from a friend.
Yeah.
Like, I bought it open because I didn't think I was ever going to be able to get one.
Mhm.
And my wife absolutely said I was absolutely crazy. She's like, you're going to a parking lot to pick up an open bottle and you're paying what? And I said, yeah. I go, but it's a reliable source. So,
Wink, wink, wink.
yeah, wink, wink. And I mean, the lot beer is just absolutely
Latte.
delicious.
It's my
That's
favorite
just a
out of
story though. That never happened.
Yeah, never happened.
The first guy I ever met to do a bourbon deal with, we were at a party a few weeks ago, and he was there. And I was
Oh,
with
wow.
my wife, and I was
That's
like, Andrea,
crazy.
this is Chad.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, how do I know Chad? He's like, this is the guy we met in the Lowe's parking lot the first time
That's
ever. You thought I was a
hilarious,
crazy
yeah.
person, and now he's a
It
friend.
happens.
These are just
Well, no,
stories
it happened,
that
though.
never happened.
They turned into these friendships and relationships.
Right.
I mean, all of us are so connected here in the Orlando area within the whiskey community in so many different ways that if you're on the level and you try not to make money off your friends, right? You're
Right.
genuinely helping people out. The connections that you can make in your local community are invaluable because everybody's got different tastes, and there's stuff that comes in that I know he's gonna love. Any Eagle Rare I get ends up in his shelf because I don't drink it, right? So if I come across one at a decent price, I snag it for him. Like, hey, go ahead, thanks.
I once had a tear. Oh.
But expanding that
I
network.
have to say this though, bourbons and whiskeys are delicious and amazing. Free bourbons are
Are you-
fantastic.
Best.
Phenomenal.
Absolute best.
Better than you can ever
Phenomenal.
imagine. That elevates to a whole other level.
And then you're able to reuse the sample bottles.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic.
oh yeah.
So you don't so if
I have
you've
too
got
many
friends,
I have way too many.
you gotta you clean them and then you pass it on to
Mhm,
somebody else. So
mhm.
keep
I
it
got
moving
like
forward.
24 hits on that last one I won last
Oh,
time.
wow.
I have so many extra bottles.
I mean, you can see the whole top shelf
I
of
got them
my,
all clean,
of my
yeah.
bar up here is all these samples that I get from buddies, and
I will say this, people. If you get love, like I get love, and we all love each other, always take some of that and share it. If you're getting free shit, get a couple samples out of that.
Oh,
Share it.
cat.
Share the love, because that's good karma.
Yeah, it's great karma.
Yeah.
Especially if you pick up some bottles that are more expensive when you think about it. Some of these bottles now are running $200, $250.
Easily. Those single
Yeah.
rick houses, $300.
Yeah.
I got
$300.
a young kid that I take care of. He works over at the Longhorn, or was it Roadhouse?
Yeah, Texas Roadhouse.
And he's into the Sazerac stuff and the weird stuff, and I get it, and I get him samples, and he is extremely grateful just to get the samples, let alone getting them bottles.
Yeah.
So I just and he's super appreciative, and he doesn't really return any favor, but he's just a good kid. So I mean, it's just nice to share with people.
That's actually how you and I met.
Yeah, exactly.
I was talking to him about the show, and I was just bringing him samples for the show. It's you know, hey man, I got this stuff sitting around. I'd love for you to try it. Here's the
Now
one.
we took over.
When you meet cool whiskey people,
Yeah.
the one thing we
Yeah.
love to do is share.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I just got this bottle. You gotta try. He came over the other night. And we cracked an Old Forester single barrel proof rye.
He
He never
texted
had it. I was like,
I texted him and said, hey, I'm running over to Jay's to get in the raffle this week, and I haven't been over there, so I need to buy a bottle. And I said, you want to meet me over there? He goes, hey, can't come and have a pour? And then he put a question mark like, no, yes, I'm coming over, of course. It's on the way.
it's one of my favorite things to do, man. I love turning people on to new juice. It's just awesome. It's really, really fun because they're gonna reciprocate. And I've been to your house, right? I've been to your house.
You never come over without me giving you something weird.
Right.
I've gotten him stuff he would never have bought himself. He goes, God, that's good.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
But
turning him into a super rye guy.
I think consensus on this one, the barrel pick crushes.
Absolutely.
It's not even close. We've had other ones where we're like, I can kind of see it. The barrel pick here is just phenomenal. So,
And I wasn't even
And
scared
the price
when you
isn't
said
out of line
that.
either.
I wasn't scared. Like I was like, oh, you guys are gonna review the Happy Juice, Johnny's pick, and I was like, all right, because when you pick something, you want everybody to like it.
yeah, right. Yep.
So then you're like, okay, well,
And
are they gonna like it? Are they not? But the thing is like when you connect with 4 or 5 different folks that are doing the pick, usually you're gonna come out with a good product, especially if they've picked good picks along the way.
that, we have other people that are part of the group that are on the not on the show, but they're subscribers now, and maybe they didn't grab one of these,
Right.
and they're like, oh, maybe so I got one, I'll go grab it now, because
And super limited. I mean,
Yeah, I think we only had 60, 65
yeah,
of them.
I was gonna say,
it wasn't that many,
Wasn't that many.
but now they're able to go ahead and pick up a pour. They're at Johnny's and they're like,
Exactly.
okay, I'm all right with spending.
Yeah.
If you're in the
$20
group
on a
and you
pour.
can get it, try it, and let us know
Yeah.
if we're right or not.
Yeah.
Shoot, text me, come to the house and drink it. I
We
need
know,
the topper.
that's true.
We know we're right.
That's
so.
true.
I need the topper.
He's got at least 20 pours out of this.
Yeah,
So-
right. We got a long way to go on that one.
Well, the address is no, I'm just kidding. We'll see you in 20. All right. Well, I
But
want to
that
say,
gold Blantons though,
yeah, that's good.
that's special. That's really nice.
Yeah, the gold is cool.
Thank
I
you
like it a
for-
lot.
for-
I
for
brought an
sharing
extra
that.
one home. I sold it to a buddy of mine at cost. I literally ferried it home from Sweden to give it to my neighbor. When he came home from Japan, he gave me that 13-year father and son wild turkey at cost. Again, that's that relationship building, right? It's like, I'm happy to bring you one home. I want you to try it. I'm pumped to have it. Same thing though. I walk into his house and his bar's like mine. Whatever's open, grab it. You know, it's come try it pour.
It's awesome, but it's also very dangerous.
Yeah. You end up. One of these days we're gonna turn the camera over here to show the bar where this is half of what I have in the house. I got 90 bottles sitting out here. They're all open. That's the other thing. I open everything I get. Like nothing sits around here. We're gonna drink it. It doesn't matter what it is.
At some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna crack it. I'm gonna try it. I get so anxious to try something new.
I do always want to try and grab something and go, oh, not that one. I'm waiting for him to go, oh, no, not that one. No, not yet. Not yet.
No.
We'll
No.
figure out something.
We were here one day and I just kept going. He's like, oh.
The only bottle in there I would be hesitant on, and you can't even get to it. I have a single barrel E.H. Taylor that Andrea got me for my birthday. It's the first one I ever got. She got it from J&M&D. She called and said, Jake's birthday, can we hook him up? It's the best single barrel I've ever had. I only drink it on my birthday. It's fantastic. It's tucked way in
So
the back.
what that means is, come here on
On
his
his
birthday.
Yeah, come on my birthday. Yeah. January.
It's an easy one.
Yeah, you can come try that one. But other than that, man, it's fair game.
Well, since we've been talking a lot, we better stop this before the tape runs out. Wink, wink. I know it's digital. Just kidding. We want to say thank you for our good friend at both Happy Juice and in life. And
great pick.
And great pick.
Yeah,
Woo!
great pick.
Well,
Thank you,
thanks for having me.
Jose. You're welcome
I
anytime.
appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Maybe we'll do it at your house one day. Or
Yeah.
we should just go one day when it's real mellow
Yeah.
at the club and do it at the club.
Oh, but Johnny's?
When it's not an actual
I might freak some
meetup.
people
On
out.
location?
Yeah, on
At
location.
Johnny's?
That might freak some
Might
people
not
out.
We can turn it towards.
I would say that
facing
day
up.
bring on deli.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. I'd love that
Johnny's
deli
got
on the
great-
show, bro.
Yeah, when
Wealth of
he's not
info.
trying to do when he's not trying to do anything else. He's just,
Right.
He's
busy.
with us
But he's always doing something
Yeah, I know.
else.
Doing something else.
or driving. Jesus.
That's true.
So my friends, thank you for watching. Thank you, Jake, for having the location, for bringing out the love, for bringing our friend. And if you're not a subscriber already, please subscribe. We want to make this profitable, which means more stuff for you guys to see us do. The more money we make, the more we can do. And with that being said, hey, I'm keeping it real. You want to sponsor the show? Come on the show, check it out. Check out down below. I know where it is, but check out down below. Hit like, subscribe, and if you want to do that, there's ways to support the show. If you know either one of us, you can contact us and we'll get back to you.
Yep.
And on that note, my friends, thank you for viewing us, And we don't have one right now, but always remember to drink one
Jose
for us.
Jose saved something smart.
There you go.
I ripped through mine.
Drink one for us, because I guarantee when you turn this off, we're going to drink one for you. And we'll see you on the next one.